So whenever a new episode of No Sweat comes out, I always get asked questions on what my personal diet and training looks like. I've kind of been hesitant to share so much about what my diet and my training routine is like because I feel that everyone's body and everyone's lifestyle is different. I don't want people to think like this is the way to get fit. I also feel that because my training and my diet changes all the time, there's no one specific set of fitness routine or diet that you should be following. But since you guys have been asking me so much, I've decided to tell you guys what my current training and diet looks like, and hopefully this might be helpful for you. Just to give a little context, the reason why I am starting on this new training and diet routine is because, to be very, very honest, I lost a lot of motivation last year. I actually did competitive bodybuilding for 3 years, and after my competitions, I actually went on to do Miss Universe Singapore, where I was also on a pretty strict diet and training routine. It was after August last year, where Miss Singapore ended, that I decided I was done with the competitions, I was done with the intense training and diet. My body kind of had enough, and I just wanted to take a break. I wanted to give my body a rest. I ended up getting an internship. I was taking on new personal training clients. I was gigging 2 or 3 nights every single week, and this was all on top of university. Even though I thought that I was going to give my body a rest, it kind of ended up backfiring because I was taking on more jobs that I could handle, and I just got so overworked and terribly burnt out that I totally lost the motivation to work out. Literally, at the end of the day, the last thing I wanted to do was go to the gym or freaking eat chicken breast out of a Tupperware. But it's totally like a vicious cycle. Because you don't go to the gym, you feel tired, you feel even more lethargic and more weak. And so this year, I decided that I was sick of feeling that way. I wanted to get back into my groove. So I got a new coach, I started a new training routine, and I just wanted to do something to feel the progress and to feel a lot stronger and better about myself. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what my current training and diet looks like, and I hope it's useful for you. A lot of people always ask me what I eat in a day to, stay fit, maintain a healthy body. What you eat really depends on what your fitness goals are. And now my fitness goal is actually to lose fat and actually maintain or build a little bit of lean muscle. And what that actually means for my body type is that I'm going to increase my protein intake, drop my carb intake, and also change up the kind of carbs that I eat, and to also incorporate a lot of good fats into my diet. And every single morning, I always have my coffee first with no milk and no sugar. And then straight to some fasted cardio where I walk on the treadmill for about 30 to 40 minutes on an incline. And after that, it's time for breakfast. Okay, so I have my chicken breast here. I put some sriracha sauce over it because this is very low sugars. It just gives my food a bit more flavor. This is a bit of spinach, half an avocado for good fats, and some cherry tomatoes for some color. So recently, I have been obsessed with sparkling water. There are a lot of health benefits to drinking carbonated water. And for the past month, I've been drinking 1 liter of sparkling water in the morning, and I find that it's really helping me with my digestion, so I decided to incorporate it into my morning routine. So one major change I had to make is to cut down on carbs, and that means cutting out things like rolled oats, which is so sad because I really love rolled oats. But instead I have found a substitute, and I am eating a lot of Slim Husk. This is a plant-based fiber. It is very filling. It can be prepared just like raw oats, but it has pretty much half the carbs. So it's 8 grams of carbs per serving, while raw oats has about 20 grams of carbs per serving, so it's pretty much half of it. So how I like my psyllium husk is to add it to my protein shakes. So what I do is that I put a scoop of protein, I put a huge scoop of psyllium husk, and I add some water, some almond milk, and ice, and that makes a very delicious and filling protein smoothie, and I like to have that at night. And what I found is that after incorporating psyllium husk into my diet, it actually helps to reduce my carb cravings, especially at nighttime. As a personal trainer, right, you might think that I'm always on a diet 24/7. I'm always only eating chicken breast, healthy foods, which is kind of true. I do eat healthy 70-80% of the time because it's my job as well. I do have to maintain a certain physique, but I'm only human, and we do go through phases where shit happens. You're not always 100% all the time. Last night I had fries. When you do have these treats, I think a lot of the times you feel very guilty and you feel like you don't deserve it. Oh no, my diet is broken. But I think small treats are just important for you to reward your body. And you know what? Today I'm gonna be eating really clean, and I'm gonna be going back to eating healthy, and yeah, it's gonna be a really good day. I'm now having my favorite Singaporean breakfast. I'm having eggs and toast and my coffee Kopi O Kosong, which is black coffee. Special order, I also asked for my toast with no butter because you don't need that extra calories. I'll probably only eat like 2 of these yolks. Okay, I'm not supposed to eat a lot of carbs, but I am feeling very lethargic this morning, so I'm gonna listen to my body, have a bit of carbs, just get myself some energy to push through my very heavy workout I'm gonna do. So I'm starting off this workout with some assisted pull-ups with a resistance band. This can be a very useful tool for you if you are someone who's training for pull-ups. And what I do is that I pull myself up and I hold my pull-up at the top. I've been incorporating a lot of time under tension into my workouts, which means that you hold your contraction for a longer period of time. So this helps you make the most out of your workout because your muscles are worked for a longer period of time and you're also doing it in the right form, so blood is pumping to your muscles and it helps you to grow it. And after my assisted pull-ups, I move on to some kettlebell swings. This is one of my favorite exercises because it gets my heart rate up. And then legs pull downs are another staple in my back days. And then after my back workouts, I like to end it off with some ab exercises. I am back home now from the gym. That was quite an intense upper body session that I did. I'm gonna show you guys something. This is what I keep in my fridge at all times. So I like to call this veggie confetti because it's just full of colors. You have your white cabbage, your purple cabbage, your carrots, your capsicum, your celery, and then over here I have some beetroot. And I also stored my chicken breast in the fridge. I am actually a very boring eater, but this is the food that makes me feel good. So yeah, I'm gonna eat and get some work done and then get ready for work tonight. So I've just put on my makeup. I'm gonna head out, meet my friends. I heard that they are all going to eat at Pongo Nasi Lemak today. Yeah, a lot of people do ask me like, how do you work around like social situations when you're with your friends and you don't want to be the one who's like dieting. It really depends how much you want your goals, how much you're willing to sacrifice. And I sacrificed a lot when I was bodybuilding, but even nowadays I just feel that like Pongo Nasi Lemak is not something I want to waste like my calories on. I just worked hard today. Just having that kind of like discipline to pack your own food and know that you're on a diet and to know that like no, you've made this commitment, and yeah, just like kind of like choosing for yourself what is worth spending your calories on. And for me, that's gonna be eating with my grandma tomorrow. So tonight I'm gonna eat clean. Also, I realized this foundation is way too white for my face. Might have gone a bit overboard with the tan. Alrighty, it is 2 AM. I am finally back home and I am freaking starving because that performance was quite a workout. I actually am trying out these Carmen super seed and grain crackers. They look delicious. And I'm also gonna top it off with the natural Adam's peanut butter. This is like my favorite peanut butter in the world because it is 100% peanut and a bit of salt. And that's the kind of like peanut butter you want to go for, which is like really clean. You don't add like extra sugar and stuff. This is my late night snackaroonie that I am having. I'm at my grandma's house. Sunday's totally family day for me. I try to take maybe 1 or 2 clients in the morning, but then I spend the rest of my day like resting. I'm having a chicken salad now. And grandma always prepares for me some chicken breast and some veggies. She also prepares all this yummy, delicious food. Okay, so these are what I totally saved my cheat days for. These are some kakababaks and makbus, and this is made by my lovely grandma. Yes. I basically remember growing up eating this.
They don't sell it outside.
This is a cheese pastry. This is made from dates inside, and the dates are from Israel, right, Grandma?
Yes.
Yes, and then this is called baba, which is just like the dough, plain dough, and this tastes amazing with like peanut butter or like any kind of dip and spread. This is totally worth the cheat and I'm saving my calories for. Yeah, thanks, Grandma. Now I am back home. I just finished filming a new YouTube video for my channel in my bedroom. While I was filming, I was kind of like doing a little snacking on one of these. This is a Carmen's protein. It is very, very yummy. It is a salted caramel nut butter flavor. But I do consider this like a little cheat, like sweet treat for me, because my rule is that any packed snack that has more than 10 grams of sugar is not something that you should eat. But this is about like 5 grams of sugar, but it just does have sugar, so I think it's just very important to like acknowledge that this is like a sugary treat. I have a session to hit with my coach today, and I just had my breakfast. I took some kind of like pre-workout, and I'm gonna go and hit the back and abs ab session. I'm gonna go and get murdered by my coach now. My coach kind of planned a whole back workout for me. The first thing I did was some seated rows. This is very different from the Let's Pull Down because this actually targets your middle back. Then I'm moving on to some face pulls. This also works your rear delts, which are the back of your shoulders. I also like to isolate my muscles, so here are some bent over dumbbell rows because what I find is that it helps me to focus on each individual side. And here are some TRXW raises. I've never tried this before, but my coach kind of taught this to me and I've been really liking it. It works your back and it also works your shoulders. And then moving on to some cross cable rear delt flies. This is a bit of an interesting workout, but it helps to target your shoulders as well. And then finally here, I'm doing some seated rear delt flies. This helps to work your rear delts, which are the back of your shoulders, and I highly recommend this for people who want to improve their posture. And with all these exercises, I like to do them in a giant set, which means I do them all in like a circuit. I would kind of move on from each exercise to the next. And what I do with every set is that I increase the weight because this is something called progressive overload, which I find is a very effective tool for me, where I increase the weight with every single set that I do because that actually puts more tension on the muscles, and with that, your muscles grow a lot better. Starting off, I must say that it was such a challenge trying to get into a routine because to be so lethargic and tired for so long and suddenly going all the way up to like 100%. But after a while, you know, your body gets used to it and then you realize that there's this newfound energy that you have, and that's exactly what I experienced. I think the challenge is that when you plan for yourself, it's very easy to lose motivation because you have no one to answer to or be accountable to. But the thing is that with a coach, you have somebody who firstly shows up there. You paid money, so you have to show up. And the second thing about it is that it kind of like takes the guessing game out of planning because all you gotta do is like single-mindedly follow exactly what training to do, what diet to do, and you also have something to look forward to and someone to be accountable to. So I think that's the benefit of having a personal trainer or a coach. So ever since I started this new training and diet routine, the very first thing I've noticed is an improved energy levels. I just feel like I have so much more energy in the day and it just gives me so much more motivation to work hard. Mentally, I just feel so much more focused. The second thing I noticed is I'm making much better food choices. I mean, in the past, I did eat very healthy, but I remember that there was a period of time last year that I was skipping meals. I was kind of like binge eating a little bit. So this year, I know how to eat specific to my fitness goals. The third thing that I noticed is that I'm getting better sleep. I still don't have the best sleep. I'm really terrible with my sleep, I must say. Last year, I could average maybe about 3 or 4 hours every single night, which is terrible because my skin broke out and just the rest of the day you just feel very lethargic. So nowadays, I've been getting much better sleep and it's improving. So with my physique, I have seen mini changes. I do realize that my ab section has become tighter and my muscles are getting defined. It's not a huge change, but it's these mini changes that have made me a lot more motivated to see even more results in future. And for all of you out there who are trying to get fit but are only seeing small changes, I want to tell you, don't be discouraged because fitness takes time. It's a lifelong journey that you have to have with yourself. Stay with it and I guarantee you will see results. And if you've been on a fitness routine for a certain amount of time and you're not seeing any results, then it's okay because all you gotta do is change things up, do things differently, try something new because when you're trying something new, your body is going to respond to it and change. And that's exactly what happened to me. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button and hit the little bell so you always get a notification every time we post a new video. Or you can download the Clicknetwork app to get early access to our videos before they hit YouTube. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye!